today's tutorial we are going red on red on red on red on red on more red. Everything's red. I wanted to kind of take a break from like these spring looks and kind of go with something a little bit more, I don't know, this is kind of dark, I guess. A lot of people think that a red eyeshadow is very difficult to pull off, which I guess they could kind of be right in a way if you don't do it correctly, or if you don't do it a certain way, I should say. You can kind of wind up looking a little bit sickly, but there are ways to avoid it, so we are going to do those ways to avoid it today. I like the idea of playing with a completely matte red eye and then pairing it with a metallic red lip. I like the idea of like combining different textures and different finishes. La la la. You could totally pair this with a nude lip if you want to tone it down just a touch, but I do like this red combination. I'm getting like some Queen of Hearts vibes. I'm feeling it. I'm into it. I likes it. I can't wait to sit down and take some pictures because I think it's going to photograph really nicely. Before I start rambling on and on about all different kinds of stuff that doesn't really pertain to this tutorial, let's just start and zoom in and do the makeup, okay? All right. Because the smoky eye is going to be on the red side, what I'm going to do today is actually put down a lot of neutrals for the reds to blend out into. That'll do two things for us. Number one, it will make the reds blend much more easily because reds are notorious for not blending easily, especially matte reds, because mattes are always more difficult to blend than like a shimmer color, for example. And the second thing it will do for us will make it look less like one of those albino rabbits, you know what I'm talking about, or like conjunctivitis. So to start that process, I am going to lay down some neutrals in my crease and start blending those out to set a nice base for the reds. I am going to use this peach shade from the Kat Von D Shade and Light Eye palette to start blending out my crease. Next, I'm going to deepen up the crease and the outer corner with like a darker brown, but I'm going to try to keep it like a reddish brown because I don't want a like neutral brown to start making the reds muddy. I am going to grab this medium brown color here on a BH Cosmetics number 5 brush. This is from their Rose Quartz collection. This is one of the Makeup Forever Artist Shadows in the color Morello Cherry number M846. I'm going to pack that down with another one of those B8 brushes with the rose quartz handle. This is the BH Cosmetics number 8. So I'm going to pack that on the outer corner and then pack some on the inner corner and then leave the center naked for now. Not because this is going to be some sort of like a halo smoky eye or anything, because it's not, but I do want to put a slightly brighter red shade there for a little bit of dimension and to make it more true red instead of a burgundy. On the center of the lid, I'm going to pack on a very true primary red color. This is Sugarpill Shadow in Love Plus, and I'm going to pack that on with a Real Techniques shader brush. Now that that's on, I am going to go back into the Morello Cherry shade from Makeup Forever, and I'm going to put that a little bit more through the crease to deepen and darken that up and make sure that it looks nice and rich and reddish instead of picking up those browns that we put down to begin with. And to make sure that the edges are blended cleanly, I'm going to pick up the same brush that we started with, and I'm not going to add any more product, I'm just going to blend around the edge. For the waterline, I want that shit to be dark and to be black. I toyed with the idea of doing a burgundy waterline with this, and then I said, you know what, Nicole? Just no. No, 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 no. So for the black waterline, surprise, surprise, I'm like a real creature of habit when it comes to products. I don't know if you guys have noticed. I'm going to use the Anastasia Beverly Hills Darkside Liner Pencil. I'm really going to try to work it into the top lashes because I think with a look like this, it's important to make sure that you don't have any gaps so that it looks like the most complete possible, because you're walking a fine line and you don't want to take any risks.
Where are you going? Going so fast tonight. Have you ever stopped beside the road to smell the
I'm going to pop a little extra powder underneath my eyes because I am going to be working with that burgundy shade again, and I don't think that I noticed much fallout the first round, but it is right there by my under eye area and it is freaking burgundy, so I don't want to play any games. For the lower lash line, I am going to just do the burgundy and the browns. I'm not going to continue the bright red on the lower area. So I'm going to dip back into that rusty brown color on the same brush that I used earlier, and I'm going to run that under the entire lower lash line. Gonna pick some more of that Makeup Forever Morello Cherry shade on a pencil brush. This is Sigma pencil brush, and I'm going to rub that right along the lower lash line as well and connect it into the top, because that's what we do. What, are you new here?
You've got one life to live, don't let it go.
I'm going to grab the black shade from the Kat Von D palette on a push liner brush. This is one from Noir's. It doesn't matter what brand you use as long as it's like a flat push shape. And to brighten up the inner corner, I want to do so with like kind of a warm shade, but not like a pinky warm shade. I'm going to use a highlighter. I'm going to go back to Old Faithful. This is Becca Jaclyn Hill Champagne Pop. I'm just going to pop it on the inner corners with a clean pencil brush. And that is pretty much all she wrote on the eyes, except for obviously mascara and lashes. So I'm gonna hop off camera and do those there because it's a pretty tedious process watching me do that every damn time. I'm going to use the Too Faced Better Than Sex Waterproof Mascara and the House of Lashes Noir Fairy Light. Okay, there's the lashes on. I'm having some new lash fresh out of the box type woes where my corners keep popping up, and also I decided that I needed to run a thin line of black liner along the lash line because just gaps are not cute with a look like this. So you guys didn't miss much because it wasn't very eventful to watch, but what I used was the Super Cat Skinny Liner from Soap and Glory, and I just kind of ran that in a very skinny little line, as the name would indicate, right along the upper lashes. And then after I put the lashes on, I actually ran it over the lash band as well because I ran out of black lash glue and nobody got time to wait for this glue to dry to look completely clear, so I went over it because I was impatient. I'm gonna go ahead and just finish up the rest of my skin. If you'd like to see the details of my typical skin routine, I'll put a link to that video down below. After I'm done with that, we'll just jump back on camera and continue on to the lips. For the lips, I'm gonna be crazy and I'm going to do a matching red, but since we kept it almost completely matte on the eyes, I'm going to do a metallic red on the lips. If you would like to pair this look with something more neutral, then by all means, go right ahead. I think that this would look really nice with Kat Von D Lolita. Don't have to take my advice, I'm just saying. And I'm also gonna just dip right in here and blend some of this shit out even more because, you know, sometimes you just look from a different angle and then all of a sudden you're like, bitch, you need to blend more. I'm going to start by lining the lips. I'm going to use the Kat Von D Everlasting Lip Liner in the color Rosary. How sick are you guys of watching me line my lips from the last video? And if you want to, you could totally leave it at that, but I'm going to take it one step further and make this metallic. I'm going to use the Smashbox Be Legendary Liquid Lip in the color Crimson Chrome. And this is the finished look. That's it for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, please, 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 before you leave, hit that subscribe button so you can see more of my videos, because I would love to have you back. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up because that really helps me out, and don't forget to follow me on social media because I'm all over that shit. Every day of the week, you can find me on Instagram literally every day. On the 7th day, the Lord rested, Nicole was still posting on Instagram. That's all I have to say, and I'll see you in the next one.